For reference, this is how many ink cartridges makes 100 prints.
Welcome back! My name is Katarina and I'm the owner of Violet Acrylics. I sell original artwork, I also sell prints, stickers, and now I sell cards. I have an online shop with Squarespace, I also have an Etsy, and I sell mostly at art markets and festivals. I've had a lot of people request this video, so I'm very excited to make it. I am going to be showing you how I make my prints. My prints are copies of my original artwork, so this is very helpful, especially for artists who are looking to start their own business. Prints are an amazing way to begin that journey. They're pretty easy to make, they're pretty low cost, you get a lot out of it. You can make one piece of artwork and sell it hundreds of times. It is the #1 source of income for me at this time. So without further ado, let's get started. The first thing that you are going to need to do is find your piece of artwork. Now I have a lot of tips for you, so get ready, get your pen and paper out. I'll wait. Okay. First thing that you need to do is grab your artwork. This needs to be a finished piece. It could be on a canvas like this, or it could be something from a sketchbook. The first thing you're going to want to do is whip out your camera. For canvases, they will not scan in a printer. Unless you have a printer that is as big as your canvas, then go ahead and try. But you're going to want to have a pretty high quality scanner in order to do this. I've found using a scanner with a cheap printer, it does not work very well. It'll come out dull, gray, just not the quality that you want to have, and it's going to be very, very difficult to edit afterwards in Photoshop. So take your canvas and go outside. Grab the nicest camera you have. It can be your phone camera. That will work perfectly fine. Grab your canvas. Take your photos. Take them at a very direct angle. Take them straight on like this. Do not take them like this, or like this, or like this. It was going to be very difficult to edit afterwards, and it's going to distort your photo. Now, you can do the same thing with paper. You could also try to scan it. But my piece of advice is do not sign your name in the corner. Why, you may ask, is with the mats, they will not be the same size as advertised. The outside is, this one will fit a 5x7 frame perfectly, but the inside, it is not exactly 4x6. It is 3.5 by 5.5. So if you end up writing your name on the corner, like I did with this one, it will cut it off. It'll take away from the professional it'll take away from the professionalness of the product. You can sign your name afterwards and put it in a little bit, like I could sign my name right there, or I could sign it on the other side, doesn't matter. But do not put it directly in the corner, it will get cut off. Also, anything on the sides, do not paint your best work on the sides, paint your best work in the middle. Because again, the sides might get cropped off. It just happens. Sometimes if you make something and you print it at a different size, it won't scale properly, so it will end up getting cut off. It's just a nature of the process. Also, you're not going to want to blow this up to an 8x10 or an 11x14. It's going to end up looking blurry. You're going to want to paint your final product bigger, so that when you take your picture, you crop it down and you print it smaller, it's going to come out crisp. You're going to have a lot more details in there, and it's just going to look overall a lot better. This original canvas was a 16x20. I don't know how well you can see this. It has a lot of details in there. and they don't look overly blown up. I'm gonna show you one. This one I painted as a 5x7 and it shrunk down. Let me show you a bigger version of it. Hold up. Painting was a 5x7 and I blew it up to an 8x10. See, you may not be able to tell, but the background, it's not very crisp. It's kind of blurry, which is kind of the effect that I was going for with this painting. But if you look up really, really, really close, it's grainy. You can see the pixels. That is not the ideal outcome that I'm looking for. I don't think that's necessarily the outcome that a customer is looking for. You're gonna have customers that know absolutely nothing about art, know absolutely nothing about making prints, which is fine. They might not notice little details like that. But you're also gonna have customers that consume art for a living, or not consume art for a living, but consume art regularly, and they know what they're looking for. They know what good art is versus bad art. And that has little to nothing to do with your subject matter or how you paint. So, just a little tidbits there. The next thing you're gonna need is a printer, you're gonna need paper, you're gonna need ink, and you're gonna need the mats. So let's start with that process. So my printer, I use just a Canon printer from Walmart. I don't know the exact model of it. I think it's a 5660. Not 100% sure if that's the correct name for it. I use basic ink that comes with the printer, but you can use any printer that you have available. I use a pretty cheap printer, and it comes out with a quality of work that I approve of, so I don't mind it. Eventually I would love to get a nicer printer. The thing with cheaper printers is it has a slower print time. It takes me about 2 minutes to make one print, which for my last batch I made around 150 prints, so you can imagine how long the process is. For my mats, what I order is... Oh, also, FYI, I do not use archival inks. You can. I recommend it if you have a nice printer. If you have a cheap printer, don't get archival inks for that. It's not going to make the print quality that much better. So for my mats, I go to Amazon.com. I Google Golden State Art. And I buy their value packs. You can get a pack of 50 mats as a complete set. So a complete set means it comes with, let's see, it's loading. It comes with the clear plastic, the backing board, and the mat itself. These are the mats that I was talking about that aren't exactly the correct size on the inside. I personally don't mind. I still think the product comes out just fine. Yeah, as you can see at the bottom, opening size is 4.5 by 6.5 for a 5x7 print. What I like about these is it comes with the bevel on the inside. I'll show that. I don't know if it's gonna pop up. Yeah, it has the bevel cut. These are the cheapest mats that I've found for the price range. It ends up being around $1 per print, $1 per mat, like for the set, which I think is a very good price. The problem with this is they're always out of stock. So you have to order them in advance or expect to be waiting a while. I ordered a pack of 8x10 mats for 11x14 frames, and I'm going to be waiting about 2 to 3 weeks for them to come in. So plan your shop updates around the time that they come in. So once those have arrived, you're going to want paper. I use Astro Brights. It's a pretty cheap paper, but it works good for me. It's 65 pound, comes with around 75 to 80 sheets depending on which pack you buy, but it works for me. Personally, I go with a cheaper paper because you are not personally handling the paper when you buy it. You are going to be buying you're going to be unwrapping this and putting it directly in a frame, because nobody wants just this hanging on their wall. These need to be framed. So if this were a card or something like that, I would use my more expensive paper, which for a pack of 50 sheets is $50, which you get what you pay for though. It is much thicker, it's higher quality, and I personally love it. I actually have some here. So this is another type of paper that you can buy. It comes in this nice box. It is the Moab Lasol Photo Matte. Let me just open this. This does not really have a tooth to it. It's pretty, I don't know, it's pretty smooth. So this is one design that I made recently. It is a dream catcher in fall. I did take this outside with my camera, but I did brighten it up in post, yeah. Alright, Command P. Yeah, and just print it as you normally would. You know, change the size to be what it needs to be. Print as many as you can. Always remember to watch your printer as it's printing. Ran out of black ink. I don't even know if I can get it all in the frame. There we go. Still more printing. I've already had some of the 4x6s printed at home. That's why there's not too many of those, but I'd say I'm on hour 4 or 5 of doing this now. I've been sitting here since 4 o'clock and now it's 6 o'clock. And then I did a few hours the other day. And I still got, I'd say at least half an hour left doing this. There's probably about 20 more in there, which isn't too bad. Because in the time that I started, yeah, so about a minute per print. I'm about a minute into this. She thick.
In audio. In audio. In audio. In audio.
show you how the prints came out of the Dreamcatcher. So these are prints that I made the other day. We have a few different sizes here. For reference, this is the original painting. I ended up going with a little bit darker. I wanted the sky to be a little bit more blue. So you can see the difference here. These ones are kind of messed up, so I'm not using those. But these are the ones that came out nicely. So they're a little bit bluer, but the colors are a lot brighter, and overall it pops a lot more than the original painting, which I like the effect. These are how the big ones came out, so these are the same size as the original. I like it. I think they came out good. So just expect a little bit of variation from the original painting when you're doing these, but they're still gonna come out good. I promise you that. And this is how they look when they're printed. I wrote Fall Dreamcatcher on the bottom, my name. The artist tag is still hidden in there. From afar, it looks good.
I want to come in and take a moment to thank you for watching this video. Also, I apologize about the lighting. I do not have an overhead light. I just want to come in here and say I really wish that you found something helpful or informative in this video. This is purely just my process. Please feel free to customize it and make it your own. I really want everybody to succeed and create products that they are proud of and feel is original and unique to them. My main mission for starting this business is to give other people the courage and the confidence to embark on their own creative endeavors and to start their own businesses. It is not easy, but neither is a 9-to-5 job. Neither is college. It's all about the battles you pick and what you're truly passionate about. And trust me, if you're really passionate about what you are doing, then it will show and people will support you. Please take the starving artist trope and throw it in the trash. It is not serving you, I promise. Creativity is a gift, and I really hope that everybody here sees that. But thank you so much for watching. If you would like to support me or you liked any of the prints in my video, please visit my website, validacrylics.com. It will be linked in the description box along with all of the products I used and mentioned and the websites that you saw in this video. Also down there, you can find my Instagram and all of my other social media. So if you'd like to follow me, please go ahead. No pressure. Also, no pressure to like or subscribe to this video. If you really did like it and you want to see more of these videos in the past, then please like and subscribe. It really helps me know what videos are useful and what videos are not, and I just want to create the best feed that people find useful. Let me know down in the comments if you could, what videos would you like to see next? I could do a video about my art markets, and I would really like to do a video about that, showing the reality of it, the pros and cons of what it's like to be a vendor and dealing with the public. I have found a lot of benefit out of it, but it's also been extremely difficult. There have been a lot of ups and downs, and it's a very technical process. There's a lot of moving parts about it, but it really helps my business and helps me grow. So if you'd like to see a video about that, please leave a comment down below and I will definitely make it for you. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.